Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
We think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty. Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I'm Patty Schmucker, a licensed cosmetologist who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. RadioAMB stands for American-Made Beauty, and it's where we tell the secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our segment sponsor today is AmericanMadeBeauty.com, a beauty platform designed to help consumers find beauty companies that are implementing the industry's best practices to bring you quality products and services. Go to AmericanMadeBeauty.com and find beauty products and services that meet a strict set of standards that reflect their American heritage. Check out our newest e-commerce site that's launching in May of 2017. Who doesn't love candles? Throughout my life, some of the most exciting times in my life, some of the saddest moments in my life, candles are a important central theme throughout that. And the way the candles are made and the scale of the way candles are made today has changed drastically into being a real art form. My guest today is a woman who has been at the ground level of the candle industry, and during our feature segment, we'll meet Sharie Hendrickson, and we'll learn a little bit about how she started her company, Laguna Candles. We'll talk about her journey as a small business, some of her greatest accomplishments, and advice to other people who are interested in starting a business. During our second segment today, we'll talk a little bit about what makes Laguna Candles unique, and then we will, during our third segment, talk a little bit about how this has become a real family affair and the vision that she sees for her family and being involved in the business on a long-term basis. Finally, we'll wrap up our last segment by talking about our wellness focus. We've been having since the beginning of the year that last segment we focus on wellness, and Laguna Candles has brought to market a very exciting offering that actually has an efficacious, result-oriented wellness focus. So let's get started, and let me introduce you to Sharie Hendrick. Welcome.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I look forward to this conversation. I really appreciate this opportunity.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into the candle business.
Well, basically, my background was sales and marketing. I actually worked for a company in Irvine, and high-tech. They would distribute high-tech products to various companies like Hewlett-Packard, various other high-tech companies. But to make a long story short, I also have always had a love for candles. And so, oddly enough, my husband worked with this company as well as their product photographer. And one day we decided that we wanted to start our own business, and that would be him doing product photography, and I would do the sales and marketing for that company. At that time, the company was Hendricks Creative. We did product photography for high-tech companies such as Toshiba, Hewlett-Packard, and various other high-tech companies. And while doing that, I have always, as I mentioned, really had a love for candles, and so I just decided to do a little bit of research while still doing my sales, handling my sales role within Hendricks Creative, because at that time you had many types of candles, but not many clean burning candles. And so I wanted to find out, you didn't hear a lot about soy or anything of that point. It was mostly paraffin candles. And so that's basically how I launched the company. I had 3 young girls at the time. And so one reason was I really wanted them, as they grew up, to be able to choose between working for someone or for themselves. And then not only that, as I said, I had a love for candles, so therefore I decided to launch this company, Laguna Candles.
And when you, that's quite a leap to go from working for a large company and then making that decision. There had to be, was there some, what gave you the courage to make that leap?
Well, my mom, she was an entrepreneur, and my grandmother, as well as my grandfather. So I'm originally from the Midwest. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So growing up, I guess their entrepreneurial, just seeing them work for themselves and the challenges, and even though I was quite young, and there were certain things I didn't quite, totally understand, but it was just, I guess it was just basically in my blood.
You sort of grew up with it.
Yeah, I grew up with it. So I thought, it never dawned on me, when I grow up, I'm going to only work for myself. And, but I guess with those types of growing up and seeing other parents or grandparents with entrepreneurial practices, you take it on. Just like my girls, they've kind of taken it on because they've been in the household with 2 entrepreneurs.
Right. Right. And so today, when you started initially making candles, it was just sort of a side research project. But tell us what the progression has been and where the business is today. How is Laguna Candles today?
Actually, at Laguna Candles, I'm very, very thankful to say it's doing well. And I have to mention this. When I first started, I basically would purchase candles from other companies, and I would private label the candle and, sell the candle to my customers. And when I first started, my whole goal was just basically to sell candles online. And I just wanted to be able to wake up with orders. That was my goal, and sell individual candles. But it's funny how your business can kind of direct you into, it was interesting because we don't sell 1 or 2 candles to individuals like a lot of candle companies. We mainly, 85 to 90% of our sales is either wholesale or private label candles. So we sell to companies, corporate buyers. We've gotten into a few retail establishments, and then mainly hotels and spas. So I just find it so interesting how a lot of times the business will tell you. It's just basically not giving up.
Right.
Go on.
And that's probably one of the lessons in terms of the journey as a small business owner is that the business sort of guides you in terms of the direction that you're going.
Exactly. Exactly. I've had some friends who they'll mention, I think I'm going to start a business, and it's so, and I'm sure you can appreciate this, Patty. It's kind of, you want to be encouraging, but I've had a few of them, I'll share with them. It's not for the faint of heart. So it may look easy, and but there are these challenges, and there are times when you just, you just really. You don't know which direction to go, but then going back to that business plan and then sticking to your journey, it kind of helps you, with the growth of the company.
And so having a business plan has been an important aspect for keeping you on track?
Absolutely. It's very important, and we're goal-oriented anyways, but the business plan kind of helped us with our focus. And it's not to say that there won't be times where there will be failures, there will be disappointments, but yet if you can hone in, reflect back on that business plan, and really, continue to set your goals and continue to stay motivated, it'll help you through the journey.
So what as you look back at this journey and this process, what do you count as your greatest accomplishment to date?
Oh, that's a good question. I have two things. First of all, I think one of my greatest accomplishments, I'm really proud of my girls. They're all adults now, but their role within the company. And I know we're going to talk about that later, but that's been a huge accomplishment. And then the fact that my mate, my husband and I work together, and this is every day, that's an accomplishment that I've been very proud of. And then, as I mentioned, a huge accomplishment to me is when we started to manufacture our own candles.
Okay.
It took us from one, you were depending on other companies to do it, and there may be times when, unfortunately, they didn't meet a deadline, or you're kind of like at their mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stepped into that realm, and it took a few years, and really being able to manufacture a quality product that we get feedback from our customers and saying how happy they are with the product, and that's been a huge accomplishment for us, and I'm very proud of.
And that is, I mean, when it comes to that particular sort of niche business and being able to control your destiny, it probably gives you a great sense of empowerment, that you actually have some ability to guide what's going to be happening next.
Absolutely. And I also had the training that we received from BIMA was that was a big step for us, because at that time when we went in and got that training, and I thank you for that, we had no idea what our why was, and even that type of mindset, even though we knew we wanted to start a company. I wanted my company to be successful, but to be able to think deeper and really figure out, what is my big why?
Mm-hmm.
How do I see this? And it really helped me to appreciate how important balance is when you have as a business owner.
Well, and for our audience, so that you know, Sharie is talking about participating in a industry education program that my company has been doing now for the last 4 or 5 years, called the BIMA program, Beauty Industry Market Access. And one of the important things that we teach in that program is, why does the company exist? What is your why? We talk the whole concept that people don't. The goal isn't to find people who want what you offer. It's to find people who believe what you believe. And in doing so, rather than just having a transactional relationship with your potential buyers, you actually have an emotional relationship. So those are some important lessons along the way. And Sharie, we sort of came out of that process with your why being enlightened living, and with candles that you're lighting up the world, but you really have a different sensibility with the products that you're making. You talked earlier about it being really, really good, high quality, and the whole aesthetic is so important to you and your husband Clarence. What do you, as you reflect back and think about your greatest accomplishments, what do you think was the hardest lesson that you've gained in this process?
I think, let's see, one of the hardest lessons, I think, was just having a willingness to delegate.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I wanted to just wear all the hats. Mm-hmm. and be in control, and I tried to put a lot on my shoulders. And I think that as our business continued to grow and we started to embrace the concept of being a global brand, I had no other choice but to learn to, be humble and have a willingness to delegate and trust that, it would, everything would work out. And so that was it was enlightened. It enlightened me, even though our big why was enlightened living, but this was something that I felt helped me to grow.
And that I think it's really interesting that you said that part of that process is being humble. It's important to be able to let go. Well, willingness to delegate. Why was humility so important in that process?
Well, I feel that to be enlightened, it basically means to be balanced and also thoughtful and considerate of others, but it also involves humility. And it also means you have to be patient, and it also means you have to show kindness, you have to pay it forward. So it was more than just, I want to see this as success. You know, it had to involve thinking of others as well as, the company itself, and being able to breathe and accept this journey. That's about the best way I can explain it.
And such an important aspect of it, because one of the things that allows for small hobby businesses, if you will, to move into being real, tangible businesses is for the business to not completely consume you. And that's one of the earmarks that I look at as a consultant working with brands. When you have a company where it completely consumes the owners of the business, that mindset needs to be shifted in order for it to become a real business. And it's really interesting how the whole why of the business also translated into some changes that you guys needed to make as owners of the business yourself, as far as your day-to-day operations as well.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
And so when you do talk to your friends about owning their own business, what's some advice that you share with people who think they want to start their own business?
Well, recently I was paid one of the I felt was one of the best compliments, and that was a dear friend of mine. She said, when I think of Sharie, the word that comes to mind is balance. And so I would encourage other women or men who choose to, start their own business. You really don't want to forget about the little things, and that is, as I mentioned earlier, finding time to breathe, to walk, to meditate, travel, enjoy your loved ones, because there's so many challenges involved, and sometimes you can become so consumed with the growth of the business. And what ends up happening, the business is running you instead of you trying to, allow it to grow and run the business.
Absolutely, and again, it's that whole journey when you decide that you're going to pursue something that you're passionate about. It's very easy to get caught up in that situation where it consumes you and it becomes everything that you're doing. Now, you and Clarence work together. How have you balanced that piece out in terms of your relationship? Together 24/7. How do you make that work?
Just knowing each other's strengths. Clarence is a great photographer. That is not my forte. He's also a good closer. Whereas my strength is getting out there, meeting ones, and getting the opportunities and opening up doors. So making sure we don't step on each other's toes as far as not appreciating what each other's strength is. And then we try to for our date day, and we really try to be mindful of when we go home, even though just making sure that we can shut it off so that we can still enjoy, our marriage. We've been married, it'll be 40 years in July, so that's important to us. And so therefore, the business, we're very proud to work together, and we really try to commend each other about our strengths, but yet at the same time, we really try to keep our relationship, strengthened as well.
And so tell us, what do you do to shut it off? I mean, is it easy, or do you have to really work at it to shut it off?
It is not easy. I'm sure you know that. It isn't easy, but if we can just stick with our schedule and stick with the routine of having our time, and, I feel it's important that all areas, I even mentioned this to my girls, we want to stay strengthened physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So just if you find that one area you've kind of honed in and focused on, and it exceeds all the other areas, it's not balanced. So he and I both, he loves to play tennis, I love to hike, and so we like to try to keep all areas within our lives. It keeps it healthy for our relationship.
And so that practice of operating the business with a business plan, it sounds like that has spilled over into your personal life in terms of having a set of goals and following sort of a pathway. Did it exist in your personal life first and made it easier for the business, or did the business help that become more reality in your personal life?
Actually, it existed in our personal life first. Mm-hmm. It was pretty. We would typically sit down, and write up our goals, and so we've been even within the marriage. Before we had kids, we would sit down and write up goals, and then it was motivating to see, after a certain period, maybe a 6-month goal or whatever, and to see us actually be able to scratch it off the list. And so it was motivating for the both of us.
Right.
So it started off within the marriage, but I think that with the business, it has somehow it's benefited our personal life because we take that same type of model, or business model, if you will, and not forget about the importance of that.
That's great. All right, well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Laguna Candles and really what makes this brand so special and unique. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Shh. Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. I'm Patty Schmucker, and you're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. We're here with Sharie Hendricks of Laguna Candles, and we've been talking a little bit about how a budding entrepreneur made a decision to take the risk and take the leap to start her own business with her husband and 3 young daughters when she started. So, Sharie, tell us a little bit about what makes Laguna Candles such a special brand.
Well, as I mentioned before, or pretty much addressed the wholesale private label concept of what we do. I think that we do with the photography as well as graphic design in-house. I believe that has been it's been beneficial for our clients because they contact us and it's just a matter of forwarding their logo, and we can customize their candle with the proprietary blend wax. And not only that, we can do professional photographs and help them with the brand itself. So that's been one thing that's been very beneficial. And then one of the other visions that I had when I started was, as I mentioned, my husband was a photographer. I did most of the sales and marketing within that company, but I knew what it was like for a family of a struggling artist, if you will, and to have to go in and show the photographs and that type of thing. And I always felt that eventually I would like to support some of the artisans here within my community, some of the artists here within my community. We lived in Laguna Beach just over 25 years, and one of the things that I decided to do, and this was not that many years ago, but I say about 8 years ago, I decided to reach out to various artists within Laguna, some of the glass blowers. And I was told before this, I'd gone down to the L.A. Mart to one of their gift shows, and I spoke with this one individual about maybe getting our candles in his location. And he told me honestly, he said, Sharie, the thing is, your candles, they're not unique. And I was just devastated. And I can remember just being in tears thinking, I thought I had a pretty unique product. But that was one of the best things I could have been told, because what it did was, as we live in an area called Top of the World in Laguna Beach. But what we would do is when we would go throughout Laguna, I would always pass different artist studios, glass blowers, and it never dawned on me. I would have never thought, I should reach out to them. But true enough, after I spoke with this individual, I kind of wiped my tears, and I decided I'm going to find a unique vessel and fill it with our blend wax and do some beautiful custom fragrances and see how this goes. And that was one of the best moves. We have a product called our Heirloom Artisan Candle. And what we do is we commission artists within Laguna Beach to do the glass blowing, women glass blowers as well as men. One in particular is well-renowned, but they're all good. But I met with him, and I told him about my vision, and I told him, we talked about how do you want the glass design, da-da-da-da-da, and I showed him what I had in mind. And he mentioned that he was going to be going on vacation, but he'd get back with me afterwards. And then we met again, and he did a beautiful blown glass vessel, and we filled it, and we did a lot of testing, and beyond a shadow of a doubt, that's one of my proudest pieces. I love the Heirloom Artisan Glasses candles. They're refillable and they're reusable, so I was able to really hone in on that from our marketing standpoint, and mentioning the importance of, a lot of candles end up in the landfills, but this candle, this is a keeper. And when you're done, we can refill it and reuse it as a vase for flowers. And so that was one of my biggest accomplishments as far as the custom Heirloom Artisan Candle. And our candle, I'm sorry.
The piece that I love when I hold that vessel in my hand, for those of you who are not here in California, Laguna Beach is an artisan community, and it is just a pristine, beautiful part of the Southern California coast. But it is just rich with all sorts of different types of genre of artist, and the idea to be able to support that community and give them another way to be able to demonstrate to the world that unique environment of Laguna Beach. in what all of that brings together. There's a soul enriching part of that you added to this, and part of the reason why when we talked about your why and that enlightened living, it threads through every aspect of what you were doing and coming up with wiping away the tears. I love that part of the story. Wiping away the tears and turning to your own community to find a unique ingredient that would make it special, I think is an important part of what makes you a great entrepreneur, because a lot of entrepreneurs would have given up or, not looked for solutions. But that's an ingredient that's really been as much a special part of your DNA of your brand as the special soy wax or anything else that you put into your product.
Thank you. And they're hand signed, and I've had people send us emails, and they may have been traveling, but the idea of them taking a little bit of Laguna home, and we have such a huge tourist community. People come in within our little town here, but they love the idea of taking a little Laguna home. So it's an enlightenment that I'm really grateful for.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you also take some pretty painstaking steps with regards to some of the other ingredients. Tell us about some of the other ingredients that go into those artisan candles.
Well, we had, when we first started out, I had a pretty amazing perfumer and we still actually have an archive of fragrances that we use. But not only that, we have a few other fragrance houses that we use. We wanted to stay as far away from synthetic type of fragrances. We really wanted a fragrance that was not overpowering, but yet as much as we can get close to as far as natural as we could. And then the wax is more, as I mentioned, proprietary, but a couple of the ingredients is soy. It's a soy blend with some coconut. And so that's made a big difference. And then the wick, we wanted to use we use a hemp wick now that's allowing the candles to burn well, even, and then the fragrance just kind of flows. It's not overpowering.
And so many people think that making candles is very simple, but the idea that you can change the ingredients, choose, different waxes, essential oils, and even down to the wick itself, all of those things make for the product being healthier for you. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really nice experience. I mean, some people, they may go and purchase a candle, but when you can really just experience the joy of a clean burning candle, and it's far different from just going anywhere and just buying any candle.
Right. All right, well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation with Sharie and learn about how the business is continuing to be an important part of their family. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call earthchannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. I'm Patty Schmucker, and you're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with Laguna Candles owner Sharie Hendricks, who has developed this business over the years with her husband. And when she started the business, she had 3 small girls. Sharie, tell us a little bit about how the business has become a family affair.
At this point, as I mentioned, they're no longer girls. We have 3 adults, and then we also have 1 granddaughter.
Okay.
And she is just amazing. Her name is Sky. She's 19 now. She's our social media guru, so she really keeps us updated on some of the current trends, and been really, beneficial a lot. We also have my oldest daughter, who is, you would know she is the oldest one because she's numbers oriented, and she's very business oriented. So she's been a tremendous help, and she is our CFO. And then my middle daughter, Amy, is our creative one. She actually started off as an interior designer, but she's been our creative director. And then our youngest, Morgan, helps with marketing and production. So each one, they each have a role, and all 4 are passionate about the company, and they each play an important part in helping us within the company.
And, a lot of families have a difficult time having holiday meals together, no less being able to run a business together. So what do you see your daughters having learned, and how have you been able to get so that there is this environment where everyone is able to work together seemingly in good harmony?
Okay, perfect. Okay. Well, I feel that it's benefited them, and they even mentioned that overall. It's not to say that we haven't had our challenges. I've spoken to other family businesses, and there are those challenges, within the family, but yet at the same time, we're all supportive of each other, and we're there for each other, which has been tremendously helpful for us, not just as a family, but as a family-owned brand. What was the other question? I'm sorry.
Just how have you learned as a group to work together? What are some of the ground rules that you've had that's helped you be successful in working together in a harmonious way?
Well, I feel that one key ground rule is acknowledging each other's point of view within the family, and that goes from my granddaughter at her age as well as my oldest daughter. We try not to categorize them, and we're big on family meetings. We just had a family meeting on Sunday. So we'll sit down, and it's an open forum, and we, it may at times get, but yet at the same time, I feel that communication is huge. I think it's really, really important. And then also knowing that if one is lacking or feeling deflated in a given area, we can all be supportive of one another. And I feel that, and I've even had colleagues of mine mention, ones who are close friends, mention that's something that they've admired about our family. If one suffers or if one is plagued with a little bit of a problem, we're there as a family unit to try to support them through that. And, so I think that's been important for us. Communication has been huge.
Right, right. Well, and it sounds, too, that the opportunity for you and your husband, Clarence, to be great role models, to be able to demonstrate that respectful relationship, and the two of you being able to work harmoniously with one another has probably had a fairly significant influence on the way that the girls participate in the business as well.
Yeah, I would say that as well, Patty.
Mm-hmm. And their significant others, are they involved in the business as well?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because my son-in-law, he would probably go, "Hey, Mom, what's going on? You didn't mention me." But absolutely, he's definitely involved in the business, and I'm very proud of him because he comes from a blue-collar worker type of, which is absolutely great. But this is new for him.
Right.
Step into, marry into a family, and he's learned so much. It's so funny. I chuckle, but to see him, he'll use a few terms now, and it's like, whoa, he's really grown. So, yeah, he's been a tremendous help as well.
And so what's the vision for the future? Do you, at some point in the future, see you and Clarence handing it off, or what lies ahead?
That is one thing that, of course, in my girls' case, that's what they like to see. And I do feel that way, I guess, again, that control part of me, and sometimes I sit down and I think about our exit plan and think, I hope that they're ready for it, because as I mentioned, it has its challenges, but yet, in all honesty, they've been trained well, so hopefully they can take it on and really do well with it. But that's truly the way I see it. I see them being able to step in and run the business, and that's basically what they've indicated that they want to do, because I don't want to force it on them, but it is something that they've readily admitted that that's what they want to do. Right.
And when you think back on their participation in the business, was there any moment in which you wondered whether or not it was going to work for them all to participate?
Yeah, there have been, because they still have their own personal goals and passions in other areas, so therefore, I didn't want them to feel as if they were obligated to step into this, know. And then sometimes, especially if we are dealing with maybe a challenging project or whatever, they could detect that, you have that business hat on, and it can get to be a little stressful. So I didn't want them to kind of resent that as kids, because remember, they were young when we started our company before.
Right.
So they know what it is to be within an entrepreneurial household, and it's not always as peaceful all the time. So sometimes it can be a little bit stressful. But what they've indicated is that they get it, they understand, and they understand the importance of being balanced, but this is something that they want to step into.
Right. Great. All right, well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Laguna Candles' newest offering in the marketplace that comes to the market with a wellness twist. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Welcome back to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm Patty Schmucker, and we're here having a delightful conversation with a candle maker. Laguna Candles has been in the market and brings from the beautiful coastline of Southern California artisan candles, and most recently have brought to market some newer offerings. We're here with the owner, Sharie Hendricks. So, Sharie, tell us a little bit about the new candle that you've brought to market and what is special about it.
Okay, thank you. This particular candle, I'm very excited about it. One of the things that's special is we've always, taken pride in having various types of scents, and I think I mentioned that early on. But what we decided to do, we wanted to introduce a improving performance scents. And I know it's a lot of words, but we wanted fragrance or scents within the candles that made sense. And so, in a nutshell, what we've done is each one of our the fragrances, it contains like a pure and natural signature fragrances or scents, and it includes essential oils. And to give you an example of what I mean by scents that make sense, we thought that we wanted something in each one of the fragrances, like as an example, one of our candles is rest scents. And what it is made with natural scents, but they've been scientifically found in independent control studies to relax the brain and reduce stress. So I know that sounds like, but what we've done is we've done a good amount of testing, and we have found that particular the fragrance has made a big difference, the scent as well as the wax blend. So one of the candles, as I mentioned, is called Rest Scents, and then we also have one called Work Scents, and it's made again with natural scents scientifically found in independent control studies. And it just helps with learning and remembering and efficiency and accuracy. As an example, like I know at times you may get up and you want to do some reading or just taking a moment to just, have some private time, but yet you want to do a little bit of reading where you would light up the candle, and it just kind of takes on a way of relaxation, but yet at the same time, it can help you with remembering and learning, that type of thing.
And I think that it's very interesting because you're talking about utilizing essential oils. You've actually done scientific studies that is able to actually physically document the effects of absorbing these oils. And what is so interesting about this work is that most people don't understand that your sense of smell, I equate this to the olfactory system, which is your sense of smell and your ability to absorb aroma. The nose is to the body what the ear is to music. It's an organ that senses, your ears sense notes that's in the air in the form of music. Your nose does the same thing, and it's actually that olfactory bulb connected at the back of the brain that actually has the ability to absorb these aromas and have a physiological response based on this combination of essential oils. So scientifically, it actually can be documented in these various different tests that you've done, which I think is really exciting and pioneering kind of work that you've done.
Thank you. I think you worded it a lot better than I did. But you're absolutely right, and I'm glad that you got that, because it did involve a lot of work and a lot of testing, and what we've seen is positive results with the overall testing that's been done with this particular line of candles that we've just recently launched.
Now, did you have to do when you were going through the process of putting together the various different fragrances? So you have rest scent, you have work scent. There's two others, right?
Right. There's play scents.
Uh-huh.
And then there's also arrow scents.
Okay. Arrow as in A-E-R-O?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's made, again, with natural scents found. It's actually not just mask the offensive room odors, but it freshens the room by neutralizing room odors at a molecular level. So that's been a really good seller for us as well.
So that one is basically an air freshener, but instead of masking, it actually how is it working?
Instead of masking, it neutralizes.
Okay.
So it neutralizes at a molecular level. So nothing. You know how sometimes you may light a candle or use a room spray, and it basically masks it, but that is not as beneficial. So this one, it more so neutralizes it.
Great. And so those four scents, and with their functional capacity, did you find as you were developing the aromas that you actually had to adjust the various different blends of essential oils to get the kind of response that you wanted?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We did. Mm-hmm. It did involve, as I mentioned before, it involved quite a bit of testing. And there were times when we had to adjust certain fragrances. We did.
And what is this particular collection called?
It's called Accents.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the Laguna Candles, of course, but powered by Accents.
Okay, great. And so if somebody was interested in accents or your artisan candles or any of those other things that you're offering, where would they find them?
You can find them on our website, which is www, of course, LagunaCandles.com.
LagunaCandles.com. Okay. And so everything that's there. But I love this whole idea that as we're learning more about the body and we understand how the cells absorb different things, both topical application, we've learned, we're actually seeing diabetes being treated through olfactory, through topical application and things like that. So it's a really pioneering science, the science of olfactory, and it's very exciting to see Laguna Candles not only having this wonderful artisan, beautiful offering that gives people this opportunity to experience a piece of Southern California as well as this healthy product. But now you've really moved into the wellness community with this new offering. It sounds like it's been really an exciting journey, Sharie. What lies ahead for you? What's your most next major goal?
One major goal, and I'm glad you asked that, I would love to get into the body care. And so that's something in long term, but that is an area that I would love for us to look into.
Okay, great. Well, it's been a real pleasure to tell your story, to learn more about it, and congratulations on the newest extension of your brand.
Thank you, Patty. I really appreciate your giving me this opportunity.
Great. Well, thanks again for being here. And for all of our listeners, thanks for taking the time to learn about another great American-made beauty story. Send us your comments and questions to requests@AmericanMadeBeauty. We thank you for listening to Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.